This is Heren, and welcome back to Factorio. And I am joined by Tim.
Howdy.
So it's basically, since last episode, we are going to be finishing off sort of outstanding tasks, if you will. Basically just, I've got to finish the solar farm, and then there is a couple of things that we would like to do. We'd like to do some concrete works up here, and I've also put a suggestion out off stream of basically looking at possibly a nuclear power plant up there. But if that's the case, then obviously we've got biters to deal with, and there are a couple of biters to the east, a couple to the north, and well, we've sort of got one to the southwest a little bit, but that's not going to be a problem as of right now because we're not really creating any pollution down there. Our main sort of area of pollution is where we are, and just looking at the east, if it keeps sort of spreading east, then it's going to hit them biters at some point and they're going to come and attack us. But yeah, we're sort of glad that we took the ones out on the west as well, because as you can see, the pollution on the map is getting just to the solar arrays, so if it had got a little bit further to where the stone deposit is, where you can see my cursor, then we would have had a bit of an issue there, and then if it got across the river, we'd have had even more of an issue because there was quite a few there. Now there is actually now a little bit of pollution spewing now that the pump jacks are active again. There's not a lot, but you know what I mean, it's not spreading wide enough to cause any issue with any biters at the moment.
No, the pollution seems to be pretty light down there.
It's up here where everything's cranked.
So, well, that's understandable. We get a lot going on up here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the trees have really helped mitigate the spread.
Yeah. I mean, Yellow Science Park at the moment is just, it's backing up. It's on left side, it's backed up to just past the underground belt bit, and obviously the right side's catching it, so we're pretty good there for now. I'm just going to let it back up a bit more, I think. Yeah, I agree with what you said last time about perhaps look at bringing the batteries and stuff up belt-wise rather than having this train line.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean the train line is fun, but I mean realistically the trains are really designed for longer distance.
Yeah.
I mean going down to where we have the oil down there I think is fine.
Yes.
But
yeah, we've still got.
So, but I think we do need to start thinking about diversifying where we're grabbing some of these resources from, because we got 216,000 iron left in this deposit.
Yeah.
We got 331,000 on the copper.
We've got we've got 2.9 from the one that's going into steel. You do have that 4.1 million iron ore above to the north, and you also have that 8.5 near the solar arrays.
Yeah. So I mean, iron-wise, yeah, I think we're good because I can tap off of this other one if need be.
And then you've obviously got 10 million over the water, and then excuse me, sorry. The 27 mil is, I think you were going to use some of that for concrete, and then you have a 5.6 million and a 10 million coal next to oil.
So, yeah, I think we're looking good there.
And we do have some more oil as well that's just coming into view, and there's only 230 east.
Where? Oh, yeah, okay.
Northeast, and then you've just got another 239k iron ore.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of crude oil to the north. So
Okay.
we're looking good there. So, all right, yeah. I'm
Sulphur's gone really slow again. Is that because of a backup? Are we backed up again?
Yeah, it's probably that. Well, not again. We just kind of have been. Like it trickles through the heavy oil very slowly. So I need to figure out
Yeah, because we're
on that.
0.3 on light oil now, and we are 0.5 on the petroleum gas.
Yeah. So I think probably the answer to that is building some more oil refineries dedicated to petroleum gas, because we're
Yeah.
using that more than anything else. So if I just tack on,
Oh yeah, I need accumulators as well.
more of those. What do we do?
See, I've got enough of that, but it's accumulators I need as well. Because I'm kind of worried if I don't have enough accumulators. What am I actually missing for the accumulator and batteries? Well, if I get it to start building.
Those, and then we can just kind of output.
I'm kind of hoping you guys can actually reach. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start.
Uh-oh.
Oh?
Okay, I can go through this. I got myself trapped in the maze pipes.
Oh.
I put down some pipes and, like, right on either side of me, and was boxed in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I need accumulators. I'll have to make some more accumulators. I need to make more. I need to make a ton of accumulators and a ton of solar panels. So either way, you know, because I've got like three constructions yet to build. The robots are handy.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, so this is going to be just do petroleum gas and petroleum gas. Okay.
Okay, just run past you, that's all.
That.
So if I... take some of you, that'll give me some of them.
Okay, so let's see how you guys start keeping up.
Take a fair whack of you. I'm out of iron plates, that's why. Fair chunk of you. Should be enough. Probably not.
Okay, so that's fine there. You're using... Right, that's just that stuff. So you don't use that. You guys do.
Your yellow sounds back. Your sulfur. Plastic. Right, what am I missing now for solar panels? Okay. What else would I be missing? Copper. So last night I decided to watch some movies. I managed to get 2 movies watched.
What movies were those?
Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein.
Nice. No, that's a couple of classics.
Yeah. It's not Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein. It just makes me laugh because it's like the monster ends up being with his fiance, and it's like, and then obviously he ends up getting with his lab partner, I suppose, if you've not seen that. But and it's just like, the thing that makes me laugh is, if you've noticed how his fiance's ex-fiance's hairdo is, you know that's a throwback to something, don't you? And I can't remember what.
I don't even remember much of that movie.
Do you know?
So yeah, I haven't seen either one of those films in a long time.
I can't entirely I can't remember if it was the monsters or it's just like the black and white hair, the way it looks. I can't remember if it's the monsters or something else that it's kind of a throwback to. But yeah, no, it's, I just think Gene Wilder, he was great with the way he portrays characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Gene Wilder is brilliant.
And it's just like, it's just the way he does, the way he plays certain roles. I mean, there was another movie he was in, and I can't remember who the hell it was that starred with him. And it's about, is it where he gets, do they get put in jail? Or because I know that they're running from coppers and stuff like that. Somebody's trying to hunt them down. Is it? See no evil, hear no evil. That's it. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Maybe. I mean, I'm familiar with the title. I'm not sure if I've seen it or not, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I was watching last night. I was watching the on Netflix the new Wizard show, part of the Tales of Arcadia. So that seems good so far.
I'm not entirely sure I've heard about that. Well, I don't really use Netflix.
Well, that would be why. It's a Netflix original series. So, because they've had this is their third kind of part of the Tales of Arcadia series.
Yeah.
Because it was like Troll Hunters was the first one, then Three Below, and now the Wizards series. So and they're all connected together story-wise.
Yeah, I get that you're missing like 42 items. I'm currently crafting the items. We don't have purple science packs yet, do we? Only yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know, but sometimes at points I tend to watch classic movies, so it's like watching going back and like watching Airplane and Airplane 2 and stuff like that.
I just died.
I guess you got killed by a train.
I sure did.
Was that a moment of you forgot it was there, or did you not get?
I was. I was standing in the wrong place. So and bad timing, and it just went and destroyed me.
Which train was it then? Top one.
So, yeah, it was one going to the north. So, I guess it knows what I'm working on. So, because I was working on placing the rails for basically getting rid of that train.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of knew that I'm looking to get replaced.
Yeah, so the accumulators are making up at the moment. They're sort of making up the rest of the power, but now that the solar panels are sort of kicking back in again. It's now sort of kicking the accumulators out, and steam engines are still running. But the interesting thing is the production, when the accumulators kick in, the production bit goes towards the end. And then now the solar panels are kicking in properly, it's just shot back down again. But for some weird, really understandably unknown weird reason, our satisfaction and production goes to about 40 megawatts and then jumps back down to half.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the steam trains had shut down and the accumulators were just recharging.
Right.
Bizarre. Yeah, how did I know you were going to do that? So if I've now got to take solar panels out, the robots are pretty useless at times. Because it's like, if I go near it, you're going to put solar panels in and probably trap me in. How are we doing pack-wise? Yeah, we're not. Actually, didn't use a lot of yellow there. Could get that one going. How are we doing?
Oh. Well, I got the achievement for getting run over by a train, so.
Did you not get that last time, or was that just me?
That was just you. I've never died until now.
I've never died until now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true.
Language is a funny thing.
So where were you at then? Were you just like stood sort of like?
I was up further north. I was placing underground belts.
Okay. Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't move. Zoom. There we go. Now I can move. Alright, yeah, you would probably place some pipes, I guess. Or belts or something and got...
belts. I was right here where I'm standing right now. I was just north on the rail in front of me.
Alright, okay, yeah. Yeah, you were that where the... Whoops. Oh well. Yeah. So what we do, you're just gonna basically pull sulfur up there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got the plastic rerouted.
Yeah.
And I'm still, right now, I'm just kind of pushing it onto the belt there from the side because we still have some offload from train boxes. So I'm just going to let that kind of continue the way it is until the train kind of runs out, which will run out right now.
Well, it's actually still got some left in that other box though, hasn't it?
So, well, it should be able to deposit everything out of the train into the boxes on this trip. So
there's still
nothing. There shouldn't be anything left in the plastic input boxes. I'm talking about plastic.
Yeah, it's 329 left in the input.
In the input?
Yeah, still 329 left.
Oh, did not. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Well, it should finish that up.
That's why I use the Alt key, just to make sure that I know there's not...
Yeah. Do you want to split that up between the 3 boxes that are there? Seeing as though you're right there? Okay. So it'll load it faster onto the train that way. Just get the train emptied out. So, but anyway, from the boxes, we get a lot in the back buffer boxes up here for plastic.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of back buffer on the sulfur up here.
We've got a lot down here.
So, I mean, sulfur is going to take a while to
Yeah.
kind of back buffer, but I might deposit that elsewhere so I can do some stuff.
Well,
But anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to leave this here for a little bit.
like I said, the cargo wagon is full and it's hardly going down at the moment. So the plastic boxes
sulfur.
The plastic boxes are completely empty. It's really doing now is like sulfuric acid. And then these belts are actually going to start backing up.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've just rotated the belt for now.
What did I bring up there? I guess I didn't. Okay. Never mind. So,
I've just rotated that belt for now. Because I don't know if you wanted to actually stop the... No, I don't. Okay.
So, yeah, because sulfur is just going to come this way.
And join on to... God, you've got a lot of fast belts.
Huh?
You have a lot of fast belts.
I do. I sure do. Okay, so this is... Okay, this is unfortunate. Okay, we'll have to...
I'm actually missing... Okay, so I'm missing copper.
Okay, and then we'll go... Up like that, I guess?
So yeah, I don't know if I need accumulators or solar panels right now.
Go like that, and I think that'll deposit into that, I think. Okay.
I think it's just the solar panels I really need. So, what I've done is I basically taken away the belts by the boxes, and you've still got that gap, obviously at the moment for the... Will that work?
What?
An underground belt going into an underground belt for the sulfur, because you've got a fast belt underground piece going under the plastic and then straight onto the sulfur line. Will that work?
Maybe, I don't know what you're talking about yet. What?
Now, you know where you've got the sulfur drop
Are you talking about up north?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the belt goes right onto the thing? Yeah, that should work.
Okay. Just wondering.
That should work. And even if it doesn't, it'll be a long time before we find out it doesn't.
You haven't got any underground sections.
Yeah. Gotta grab some materials to make more of those. Okay. Grab more iron.
Yeah, you do the exact same thing I do.
What?
Tend to nick off the belts a little bit.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
So the interesting thing is, though, we are getting the petroleum gas. We're not really burning through crude oil that much either, are we?
No. which is good. So, because I added 4 new oil refineries for spitting out petroleum gas. It's still not quite enough for all the stuff that we're doing, but I mean, we're backlogged on sulfur, so I'm not worried about it.
How am I doing?
Let's see, what am I worried about? Anything? All sorts of things. Okay.
Saw something on Facebook. Beth posted it up about that response that you gave her to a parcel delivery.
The what?
I think it was to the parcel delivery. Your response being what happened with it, where they tackled mid-photograph.
Oh, yeah.
It just made me laugh.
Yeah. It kind of looks like it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Like what the heck? Like
Yeah.
the corner of the photograph, you know, like.
Yeah, it just made me laugh because it's like your response. What happened? Were they tackled mid-photograph? And it's like it kind of looks that way.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
So I haven't got any accumulators yet.
Yeah, there we go. That's how that works. Okay, and then off you go to the factory. Hi, sulfur.
Have I actually got any?
Maybe.
I don't think I've got ingredients to make. No, I haven't. But they won't. Even if I do, they won't be queued for a long while. This is the only thing sometimes about when you're like creating things. Okay, so you are still missing an underground belt piece.
Yeah, I got some queued up.
Yeah, that's the only thing with the queue system. Sometimes it's like you qubits, and then you qubits, and then you qubits and qubits and qubits, and then you've just got to be sort of waiting while, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I take it the sulfur's used in blue. Yeah, sulfur's been used in blue science packs, and we're backed up in blue on one side of the belt, but we're not hammering the sulfur right now. I mean, maybe we would be if we had more machines running, you know what I mean? But
so, yeah, why are you... Oh, yeah, I see part of the problem there, yeah. I should probably be letting that off a lot sooner.
can't do that.
Because those are all going...
Can't do.
So why is that...
Can do.
You know, 4 of those are running down there. You guys should be going out on that side. Yeah, I don't know why one side kind of backed up before the other, but I think part of that is because of the way it grabs it for the science. Maybe? No, that doesn't make sense either. Because it ends up balancing down here, but I don't know. It's weird. So, yeah, I'd expect that to be a little bit more balanced on both sides coming down.
But it's not.
So, but I don't know. I mean, it's not a huge deal, I guess. Right?
No, but it's like it's the same with, like, the greys are all on one side on purpose. And then, like, the red and greens, it seems to be backing up the red side a lot faster than it does the greens.
Well, yeah. Well, we got faster production on reds.
Well, yeah.
So, which is why. Yeah, because what was it? It's 5 seconds on that, 6 seconds on that, and we've got 2, 6. Yeah, so it's the reds come out a little bit faster than the. Should probably just get the rest of this line set up, but
Probably no point right now.
uh,
The main point.
no, but the thing is though is that it'll, because right now they're not going to produce because the line's backed up,
Yeah.
and as it starts chomping through it, more and more will come online, right?
Yeah. I mean, the more point when you really need them is like when we get down to like the atomic bomb and the white.
Oh sure. Yeah.
You know, when we.
Well, my thinking right now is basically just kind of setting it up just to have it set up.
Well, you can set it up to set it up.
You know what I mean? Just so I don't have to think about it later.
Well, yeah, there is that. Gives you something to do while you're waiting, but you're going to be waiting anyways because you can't craft the you can't craft the assembly machines and stuff like that because it'll be in your queue.
Well, it's something right now. Queuing up.
Yeah. See, because this, it's weird because the yellows seem to be getting chomped like crazy, but none of the rest do. Like the greys don't, the blues don't. But I'm guessing that is because the
they do. It's just we got higher production on
I get that.
on everything else other than the yellows. So the yellows go down faster because we're not filling them in nearly as fast.
Well, we've only got 1, 2, 3. We've only got 4 machines running yellows at the moment.
And they're not at 100% either.
No.
So, because they don't run consistently because I don't have enough copper plates coming in.
No, we don't. Which we don't. Where are we? We're gonna have to look.
So.
Possibly look at using well, there's a copper plate right out of the gate. There's a copper deposit right out of there, and then the next available is 12 million, which is down towards the oil.
Yeah, because we got the 2.3 million, the top corner there, the 12 million. I don't know. I wouldn't mind tapping into that 12 million. Maybe setting up some smelting columns down there, and then we could train back.
Well, yeah, if you're going to do that, then we're gonna have to go and take care of them biters, because the pollution will probably hit them.
Oh sure, yeah.
Because it's more open. There's not a lot of trees covering that.
Well, there's a lot of trees kind of between the biters and that, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you would just
obviously.
What I was thinking is you basically go towards that top uranium, cut through that little gap that there is in the tree line near the stone. There's a gap just below it, and then you could go down on them, take them out, and then problem solved. And then you've got the 2 top biters, which will need to be taken care of just because of when we do the concrete works. Okay, so what am I now waiting on? Accumulators. Just waiting on accumulators. A lot of accumulators.
Be right back.
Okay. Oh, that had purple in it. Crap. We don't have purple. That had purple in as well. That one doesn't. That was my fault there. On that one. So I apologise if you can hear my computer fans, there's nothing I can do about that. The heat. And if you can hear a little mini fan going, then I kind of apologise about that, but there's not a lot I can really do because I need to keep cool. Don't really want to overheat. It is warm.
And back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't exactly start. I don't even know what my. Where's our tanks? What do we do with tanks?
They're up north.
Oh, okay, mine's there. The problem is I can't find out how much thingies I've got left. I'll have to go up there. Because we're going to need shells, because I think... I'm going to need shells, because I think you were running low, weren't you? On shells? Let's have a look at your tank.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you've got 39.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need more shells after the last encounter.
You've got 39. And... I've got 58, but... Even if I took 29 hours, it's still going to be 29, but... Yeah. Got quite a lot of coal and solid fuel and... okay for, like, rounds. For the armor-piercing rounds. Just give me something to look at while I'm waiting for stuff to do. Yeah, you're not doing too bad for rounds, but an extra clip probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, what do we actually need to make a Roboport Mark II? Did I even research it? I think I did. Where the hell would that be? No. The combat, wouldn't it? Maybe combat?
I didn't think you researched the Mark II. So, do you need the Mark II?
No. I was just... Yeah, I think we got it now. Looking at... Well, we got the portable fusion reactor. We've got the rocket control unit and worker robot speed 4. Character logistics slots 4. 3. Follower robot count 4. Did I not get? Did I not? Unless we couldn't do it. Oh, I haven't done that yet. That's why. can do it, but I haven't done it yet. Silly me. This one may be a little bit slower, this research, due to the fact that it's chomping through them yellows. Problem is, with the inserters moving quite quick, it's hard to know what colour they're grabbing. The blues are getting grabbed a fair bit. Greys are getting grabbed a bit. Red and green are getting grabbed a bit, and it's yellows are getting grabbed quite a bit as well. One thing I did notice about the lab setup as well, you know that we've got the extra transport belt at the end with the science packs on that stick out right past the labs. I don't think they're going to be able to get grabbed by the inserters for the labs. But it's fair enough.
So, well, more labs are supposed to go there eventually. That's why I did it that way.
Yeah, that's fine. Where are you? You are... you're over here at the... Okay. Trying to increase the copper setup, I take it.
Yeah, we had another couple that got extinguished. We're chomping through that copper pretty quick. And we have as many miners as we can possibly fit on that deposit at the moment.
Yep.
So,
what are you thinking? Are you actually thinking touching the 2.3 at the 2.3, or are you thinking going for the 12?
I'm not sure. I mean, the real question mark is no matter where I do it. Well, yeah, because we already got the smelting set up here, and I mean, for now, I think probably the best thing to do is just mine up the ore and train it over, and just feed it into the smelter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the question is, because I'm thinking kind of what we were discussing last time, if we have a train rail running on the east side.
Yeah.
And kind of doing it that way. So I'd like a bit of a loop. Trying to figure out where we can best kind of loop this stuff. Like instead of doing like the loops that we have, like the small loops to kind of turn them back around, trying to think of like some larger train loops.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I'm debating here is we have the train line. The train line that we have going north to south. I'm wondering if we can just kind of keep that train line like running through there, but get rid of the loop somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, robots, you are so dumb.
go. Yeah, so we have this one here. If we ran that, sucks. I'm looking at the one in the copper ore in the south, but I don't know. It could be nice to trump through that copper ore in the north just to get rid of it.
Yeah. Let me...
Okay. Regardless, I'm gonna need. I need to clean up my inventory a little bit.
I need to now get myself out of my own solar farms.
What?
Because the stupid robots... did it again. And you're going to do it again. You... Ugh. Goddamn idiotic robots. Yeah, but if I stand in the ghost, well, if I stand in a ghost, you can't literally block me in. Because you can't place anything. Guessing I'm out of accumulators. But that's fine. Yeah, it's doing the accumulators now, which helps, and then it'll be on to the solar farms. Any spare accumulators I can always tack onto the other. Space we've got for power.
Right. Need those three things.
I don't make much of the free games on the Epic Store at the moment. Because the new ones will come up today as well.
Yeah, what have they got?
I can't remember exactly what. Because... Where's it gone? I don't know. Apparently there was... They had, for 24 hours, they had a Total War Saga Troy as well, and that's was free. Yeah, at the moment it's Remnant from the Ashes, and the Alto Collection. They're the free games. Kind of really don't fancy them. They don't really appeal to me. And then the next games that there are going to be is Enter the Gungeon. That's going to be one of the next games.
Right.
And that's another Devolver title. And one called God's Trigger, and it's like a top-down like killing game.
Mm-hmm.
God's Trigger is a power fantasy where you dispatch enemies with speed and precision in a ballet of blood and explosions. Burst through a room in seconds, killing with one of many weapons, freely selectable, special abilities, environmental hazards and melee attacks. With 2 heroes, you have twice the possibilities. Switch between them at any moment in solo play or work with a partner for even greater destruction in co-op. Don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you can get like I say, you get Total War Saga Troy for free at the moment, 14th of the 8th, 2020, and it ends at 2 PM. Oh, it's free. Might as well pick it. Pick it up. Can't remember my Epic Games login, but it's lucky I have details saved. That's an interesting verification mode. So you know, sometimes when you gotta do your capture stuff.
Yeah.
The one, like an interesting one that I had to do was I had to touch the arrows and to rotate an image the correct way. Never seen that capture done that way before. Usually it's pictures. Yeah, I know you're missing accumulators from solar panels. It's fine. I'm working on the accumulators right now. Crap. I haven't got a solar panel on me, have I? No. Okay. I can just press the Control Z key and it'll bring the deleted ghost back. So that's not bad. 3.32 gigajoules on accumulator charge at the moment.
That sounds good.
So you're down on the oil area. Are we struggling with sulfur again? No. Seems to be producing quite a lot of sulfur. about to lose radar contact.
Alright, I'm just setting up a hand-fed assembler for cannon shells.
Ah, okay.
So, not sure why I didn't think of that sooner. Well, I so often, my brain often gets locked into the concept of it's like, oh, well, you know, you gotta automate all the things. And it's like, yeah, that's nice, but in lieu of doing that, given the fact that usually you end up wasting time handcrafting it, it's like just dump a whole bunch of stuff into a chest and let the assembler do its thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting how much radius a substation has. It's got like an 18 by 18 supply area of power plus a substation.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's, you know, it's handy. Oh, it's quite funny. Me and David playing GTA last night. They brought in a new update where you do missions off your yacht.
Mm-hmm.
We had basically a mission where we had to use a firefighting plane. But the difference was this thing had VTOL, had a VTOL system. And it also had JTOLs. True G.
Had what?
JTOL rockets.
Oh, okay.
And David didn't... there's what I shared on Twitter as well. It's on the Twitter and Twitch as a stream highlight. And what David hadn't read was about or heard anything about these JTOL rockets. And as you come out the hangar where the Titan normally spawns, down the Los Santos International Airport, there was coppers in front of him as well. I was up in the air in this buzzard, just providing the air support. And next minute he comes out of this hangar like a bat out of hell because he accidentally pressed the JTOL button.
Whoops.
And it was just, it was the funniest thing ever because it's just like... At first I thought, oh yeah, he's going to hit the hangar and go boom. But no, the plane just dives out and nearly hits me. I just start laughing at him.
Yeah.
I said, you were close there. And he goes, I know. I said, you pressed the JTOL button, didn't you? He goes, I didn't realise these things had JTOLs. I said, it said it.
Yeah.
He was just, it was one of them things, it was funny. And we've had... I've had some good streaming moments playing GTA. And GTA is one of them games where if you're not recording and you're just either doing a mission or just messing around, something is bound to happen. But it's lucky we can kind of... If it happens within the first sort of hour of gameplay, it's quite handy because we can just... If we're not streaming, we can just quickly keep hold of the share button and press square, and it saves 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last 60 minutes. Or the last 59 minutes. And, yeah, it's quite handy to do it that way, and then we just trim down that. And it's a good feature on the PlayStation, is that. Because like I say, I was messing around in Rocket League the other night, and I think I posted that on Twitter as well myself. I just messed around and then play it with the puck rather than the football. And as I hit the puck, it just went up on the roof, and then just literally just sort of dropped down and into the goal. You know, it was like a really unusual angle, but it worked. But
Right.
yeah, I'm still umming and ahhing over whether to pre-order Far Cry 6 or not.
Yeah, I have no intent of doing so.
Well, what, pre-ordering or getting Far Cry 6?
Pre-ordering.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, like I said, I'm
I mean,
umming and
I mean,
ahhing over
I
it.
mean, especially at this stage. I mean, there hasn't even been any gameplay videos, so I don't even know why there'd be even a question mark of pre-ordering.
Yeah, well, that's what. Well, I said, because David hasn't got it yet. He says, because he said to me, you're on about getting it. I said, well, I'm going to wait. Because I waited for more on, like, Cyberpunk as well.
Mhm.
But that's now gone on pre-order. Because I saw more of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk looks very interesting, but I don't know. I mean, you know my rule of thumb. I just don't pre-order. You know, I mean, if that's the thing that you want to do and it's a value, then hey, feel free. You know, but you know, for me it's about playing and enjoying the game, not all the little bennies. And
Oh, no, I'm not.
It's like I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the game until the games come out.
You can't say you didn't pre-order, because didn't you pre-purchase Satisfactory?
No,
Did you not?
I mean I got it when it came to early access.
Did you not pre-purchase it?
I don't recall pre-purchasing it.
Because I thought that was the only... Because that was something we could do on Epic. We could actually pre-purchase Satisfactory.
Yeah, I don't recall pre-purchasing it before it was available.
Okay.
So, I mean, the only game that I've pre-ordered in recent years was Fallout 4.
For a moment there, I'm really glad you said 4 and not 76. But
No, I do not own a copy of Fallout 76,
don't.
and well, like you and I talked about, the other day or the other week when, because it's now on the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
And I had there was a half of a second where I was like, oh, maybe I should, and I cut myself off right there, and I was like, no, I'm not even going to bother, not even for free.
Yeah.
Because aside from morbid curiosity, I don't want to support what they're doing with Fallout 76. Regardless of, if they improve upon it and make it better, whatever, I don't want to support a lot of the methodologies that they've done with Fallout 76 and a lot of their money grubbing.
You know what would have been good? Was 4 with multiplayer. That's what they should have done.
Well, that's what people wanted. I mean, they wanted co-op Fallout. They didn't want
all that crap.
Fallout 76. They didn't want a Fallout MMO. They wanted, what people really wanted when they talked about multiplayer is they wanted to be able to experience it with their friends. They wanted to have that kind of co-op experience.
Yeah.
To be able to go through the story
together. Yeah. And it never happened.
So it's like, so instead of that, they put out Fallout 76, which has no NPCs and no real story.
Oh, it does have NPCs now.
Oh, I know it does now, but I mean, but that was only because, people lost their collective shit about it. Because the original design intent was the idea of not having NPCs, that players become the NPCs. They fill in those roles of, being the bandit, being the good guys, being, the
Nah.
traders being, and it's like the problem there is, that is lovely on paper, and there's been a lot of other games that have tried to do the same thing. The problem is that never works in reality.
And
it never does.
It didn't.
Right.
It didn't work.
The only way that works in reality is if you've got a small subset of people. Like if like a whole bunch of people and you've got like some clan from some game.
Yeah.
And, you're kind of all on the same page, then sure, something like that can work. But when you deal with general audience, and there's been various other games that have tried this idea that like the players create the content in this kind of open-ended kind of way, and it doesn't work that way because people are douchebags. And from my understanding, I mean, aside from some douchebaggery, there is some Fallout 76 does seem to have a semblance of a decent community. But again, you open that to
but the problem is
to the public, and people are going to do stupid stuff.
The problem is that it upset a lot of the Fallout community because you've got the people that like Fallout 3 and 4 and stuff, and it upset a lot of the 4 player base because I've still noticed even on the PS4 they are still kicking out updates to 4 because people have gone back to play 4 again.
Sure.
Because they've refused to play 76. David says to me, "Oh, do you want to play 76?" I said, "I've uninstalled it."
Right.
I'm not sour over what they've done. I just personally feel that it's not Fallout. They're gonna have to chalk it down as a mistake and look at that mistake and never come up with something like that ever again.
Yeah, but the thing at the end of the day is that if they had actually listened to their audience, they would have created some sort of co-op Fallout. What they were looking to do is that they were trying to create a game as a service. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted a service. They wanted a way of, getting more money out of a product than simply just creating product and selling product. Because that's the big deal these days is more and more companies want to create services, instead of products. And in some cases, those, inherently that's not a bad thing. I mean, but again, that's a model that works for some games, but not all games. And of course they did it with the Fallout series because, they knew that they have a fan base with the Fallout series. I mean, they already did it with the with Elder Scrolls Online, but that wasn't from the core, the core Bethesda Softworks team. I mean, that was a third party. But obviously, Bethesda's still involved in that process.
Yeah. I mean, it's give me a little. It's as much as I like Bethesda, it has given me not a bad taste, but it's like
it has to me.
Well, it's not giving me very high hopes for their next project that they have been on about.
Nor I. I mean, Bethesda's done some underhanded things in the past as far as some of their DLCs and monetization practices and stuff like that, and it's very unfortunate because I really had a lot of like for Bethesda and the products that they did. The Elder Scrolls series, Fallout 3, they did a lot of good stuff. Fallout 4 was enjoyable, but was not what I kind of hoped it might be. Like I definitely sunk a lot of hours into Fallout 4. I got my money's worth on it. You know, like I'm not going to whine about that, but at the same time, it just there was definitely aspects to it that you know were like could have been done better. You know, and well, my primary concern, like one of the things that I liked but had concern with Fallout 4, even before it's released, was the concept of a voiced protagonist. I'm not against the idea of a voiced protagonist. My concern was with a voiced protagonist, is that going to reduce the amount of like missions that we have? You know, the amount of quests available, because obviously not only are they voicing the NPCs, but now you have to have a voice for the character. And the end result of that was, yes, we ended up with less overall quests, and we ended up with less variety on how we handle those quests. And which was very unfortunate. Let's see, so we're still getting a bit of a smattering up here. Yeah.
Where are you? No. Oh, okay, you're up here.
So, but I'm curious what what will come next. You know, I mean, I refuse to support Fallout 76 and what they've done with it. However, you know, I definitely have kind of some concerns about them as a company moving forward.
Well, I can't remember that other game. I can't remember the name. Of the game.
But well, the big thing that's coming out, supposed to come out next from them is Starfield.
Ah, right, yeah, that's it.
And when I first heard about Starfield, I was very excited about the idea of a new IP and, you know, something, you know, sci-fi and space related. Sounded interesting. You know, and I'm still very curious about it, but I have far more reservations now than I did before.
Personally, with Starfield, I just feel like they are trying to go against the likes of Elite. I mean, it's kind of the same.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. Because from my understanding, Starfield is supposed to be a single-player RPG. That is what they announce it as. That's what they keep toting it as. And a lot of people that are, you know, angry about, you know, what they've done with Fallout 76, they've iterated again the fact that, well, you know, their next game is back to single-player RPG experience. So, and that's what has me interested. If Starfield was already announced as some sort of, you know, multiplayer thing,
you'd be worried.
Yeah, I'd be just about out the door already on it. But given the fact that it's supposed to be a single-player RPG, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like Elite. I do like Elite Dangerous. I mean, yes, I need to get back into playing it a bit more now, again. But, yeah, it's another one that takes time. It is one that eats your time up. Like, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, and I want to get more of The Last of Us done, and which I will probably do, starting maybe this weekend. And there's just that bit with The Last of Us that I need to pass before I can continue with the streaming of it. But another thing that's really put me off streaming and recording as much is the heat. Because obviously I run my computer. You know, my computer's kicking out, what, 50, let's say about 50 degrees, something like that. Like, whatever the heat is of each component and all that crap.
Yeah.
So I'm kicking that heat out into my room, as well as having obviously the window open. There's not a lot of breeze. I've got that heat to contend with. Then I've got the heat coming off console as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not fun to like record in that this much heat.
Oh, I know how that goes. You know, because I mean, like I was telling you earlier, I mean, it was, you know, how hot it's been here. And, yeah, this week's been just kind of black. And it affects me as far as work goes. I mean, I have, you know, I mean, I have an AC unit that I run, but that only does
so much. Yeah, it's like I've got a mini fan running at the minute, and it's keeping me cool-ish. But you know, it's not. When it gets too hot, it's not fun because you know you can usually get quite frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Alright, as long as you haven't made solar panels, get me accumulators built. I've probably not got enough accumulators. I might have enough accumulators for 2 of the fields. Definitely don't have enough solar panels for these entire fields yet. But all the accumulators are running on 4 fields at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, in total, we have about 700 and nearly 800 accumulators.
Wow.
And we have over 810 solar panels. That's combining these production areas as well as the accumulators and solar panels over the top end of the base by the boilers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pollution is starting to venture quite a bit to the east. Not enough to cause us any problems yet, but we will need to deal with that. And we will need to deal with the biters at some point before it does. It's weird, because it seems the wind... You don't know which way the pollution does spread. Because currently you're up at the top of the base by the copper.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were touching the... I thought you were going for the other one. Okay, that's fine. I thought you were...
Well, the last thing that I had said was might be good to do the one in the north just to kind of get rid of it.
Well, yeah. If you want to go for that one, you can go for that one first. Yeah, I'm not really arguing. That's a funny looking... Oh, that's a weird iron ore deposit right in that lake. Because there's like 2. There's one that's got 192, and then right next to it there's one that's got 2.1. And then because it's the same with the coal, but that coal one's been combined, which is really weird. Okay, so we got any more?
Oh, okay. So,
how many accumulators have I got? Well, that's an extra 16. Get to work. It's weird how these robots, like, pattern. You'd think, logically, they would go for ones that, you know, you think they kind of follow a pattern, go from the top and work down and stuff, but it's not. They don't really do that, do they? They're kind of really weird, sporadic. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't know what the how
like
that works.
Because like it's missed. It's weird because they've already missed. Like where I've got a line of 3, they missed the 3rd one, and now they're filling in a row, like a top row. But I don't know. If I do that off the queue and then queue them up like that.